Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the How to Build series where we're going to be going through every single champion in the game, rare and above. And I'm putting out just kind of a quick reference, quick build guide for earlier players, newer players to the game that aren't really familiar with how all these things work, who just need a little bit of guidance for their champion. I won't be going into masteries and some of those things because that can get a little convoluted and be very specific based on how you want to utilize a certain champ. So again, this is just for newer players who need a little guidance with a champion and maybe an opinion from a more experienced player. A quick disclaimer before I get into it as well. I'm not saying that my way is the best way or the only way or that I know better than everybody else. I'm just putting out some helpful information for the players less experienced than I am that just need a little guidance and to know what direction to head in with a certain champ. So I am going to kind of run through this, so get ready with your notepads or get ready on the pause button, the rewind button, because I'm just going to kind of run through it. That being said, let's go ahead and talk about the Preserver. She's in the Bannerlords, and she's a defense champion. Looking at her base stats, she's got really nice base HP that's going to be really easy to scale up. Her base defense is really solid as well, and then her base speed is nice. She's got over 100 base speed, so not a bad set of base stats. So let's get into her actual kit. First skill, attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 15% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. So that's nice. First skill, decreased speed, that's going to make her useful in dungeons. So depending on what the rest of her kit does, she's looking like she's going to be a pretty decent dungeon monster, or champion, sorry. But let's go ahead and see what else she's got going on. Second skill, places a 7.5 continuous heal, 7.5% continuous heal buff, and a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's max HP. So, she places continuous heals on herself and a shield on herself. It's a shame this isn't AoE. It's a shame it doesn't affect the whole team. It's a little bit of a selfish skill. But still nice for her. Nevertheless, the shield is going to mitigate the damage coming in on the HP, and the continuous heal is hopefully going to leave you 15% higher than you started when you use the skill over the next 2 turns. So, depending on how high her HP is how substantial that shield is going to be, which is really going to dictate how much she gets to heal from these continuous heals. So, not a bad skill. Again, it's a shame it's only for her, but what are you going to do? Third skill, attacks when an enemy has a 75% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. So a 75% chance is nice. Now, you can't freeze dungeon bosses, but you can freeze things in the campaign, in the campaign waves, and you can freeze players in arena. So this gives her a little bit of utility in arena. Maybe you want to freeze the reviver after your nuker has killed a few people. Maybe you want to freeze the healer. Maybe you want to freeze their nuker to prevent them from getting their big skill off. So she's got a little bit of utility in arena, early game I would imagine, and some utility in dungeons, earlier game. No real reason to take her into clan boss, and honestly no real reason to take her into campaign unless you just don't have enough champions to put together a campaign team yet. But I think where she's going to really benefit you is this first skill, slow, for dungeon bosses. That's going to help your team cycle more turns and take the dungeon bosses down quicker while taking less hits from them. So let's talk about how to gear her. Oh, and her aura increases ally HP in all battles by 17%. So that's nice. It's a little bit better than the starter champ's aura, but nothing insane. So as far as artifacts for her, any combination of defense sets and HP sets is really where I would go with her. And you're going to be looking for HP percentage or defense percentage on the gloves, HP percentage or defense percentage on the armor, and either HP percentage, defense percentage, or speed on your boots. And if I was going to put artifacts on her, I would probably go 2 defense sets, 1 HP set, but I would put HP percentage on her gloves and armor, and then probably speed on her boots, just because you generally want to have a little bit of speed on most champions. But I think between the 2 defense sets and the HP set, she'd be getting nice bumps from those. Then I'd want to shoot her HP percentage up as high as I could, and make it so that she can take hits even if she has her defense broken, and that shield's going to be substantial. Another thing to think about with her is that you want her to have some accuracy, because you want her landing this decreased speed buff. The freeze, only if you're going to take her into arena do you really care about the freeze, because again, generally in your dungeon runs, freezing one champ on one of the waves is not really a big deal. It's not really going to do much for you. So really, what you're wanting her to land is this decreased speed in the dungeons and that part of the game. So you want to be looking for as much accuracy as you can get in your substats as you begin to collect more artifacts. Now, if you an alternative route you could go is throw an accuracy set on her, and if one of those pieces happens to be gloves, armor, or boots, still put the appropriate stat, but just have the accuracy set for the little bit of bump in accuracy, and then the stats you're going to be looking for in the substats as you collect more artifacts and are able are going to be HP percentage, defense percentage, speed, and accuracy. But again, the speed is not a top priority. I won't say that very often, but I'd say in her case it's the lowest on the totem pole of priority. I would say HP and honestly accuracy are going to be pretty important, and then defense and speed are going to be nice to have. So I think that'll wrap it up for Preserver. I think my rating for her out of 10, let's give her somewhere between 4.5 and 5 out of 10. I think if she's not below average, she's barely average. I think this slow is redeeming her a little bit. This utility that she's going to bring to a dungeon run is redeeming her just a little bit. But again, other than that, she's a very selfish champ. She only buffs herself. She only takes care of herself. And then this freeze has little to no utility, if we're going to be honest. The champs you're going to want to use in the arena are generally going to bring a little more to the table than one freeze with a 5-turn cooldown or a 4-turn cooldown if you were to skill her up. But there are plenty of champs that have AoE crowd control skills or just different things going on. And then our aura skill again it's nice that it's all allies and it's nice that it's all battles, but nothing amazing going on here. This is really the best thing about her, the decreased speed. It's going to help your actual champs take care of dungeon bosses is really what she's for. So I'd say somewhere between 4.5 and 5 out of 10. So I hope this helped. If you have any questions about this champion, drop them below. If you have any comments about anything I've said about her, if you have her and you disagree with me and you think she's amazing, or you think she's worse than I said she is, there's nothing wrong with having as much information as possible in the comments, so be sure to let me know what you think down below. Other than that, I hope this helped. If you want to come catch me on Twitch, I stream every weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/JGigs. And other than that, if this wasn't your champion, be on the lookout. Your champion is on the way soon. That's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.